Oh, hello. Kelly's here. Can we get the option to bring you up? Give the option. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm not so good at this, just learning. I'm here for because the bros, the hustle bros, are enjoying their money, all their money they made on the drones and Rocket Lab. They decided to go back to Italy, so yes, we haven't been able to talk about Rocket Lab or space for a very long time. I myself was on vacation. Chris got a new job, and he's working very hard, so he hasn't been able to get on live either. So I was like, let me just go in and do something. Especially today, we had a really rough day. Everybody's pretty down with what happened in the States, and Charlie Kirk getting shot. Everybody's so bummed out, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe let's talk some space and see if we can feel a little bit better. I mean, everybody's shocked and sad, and it's just crazy what happened today. So I don't think that Wednesday. I don't think Jacob is doing anything today, or the space live that he does every Wednesday. So that's a bummer too. So I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? Let me just do something just for everybody out there. Let's see what happens. I think Kelly wanted to join, but I'm pretty new this StreamYard Studio stuff. I'm learning how to use it. Not good at it. That bros used to run it, and I just literally just paid for this stuff so I can log in and with my own name, my own channel, and do it. Let's see what happens. Chris said that he might be able to come in now, so I'm waiting on him. And let's see. But if you guys got anything to say in the comments, any questions, and what do you think is going on in space? I was gone for like 7 days. I've been back and trying to catch up. Had a red eye, and there's been a lot of news, a lot of cool stuff going on with Mars, space, the moon, and even space station. There's a lot of stuff out there, and nobody really is talking about it. So yeah, why not come in and go live and talk about some of the space stuff that's going on? Let me see if I can share the link again with some people. I think the link might not working. Uh, they're going to come on. Okay, well while we wait, let me do some search here on X and see what's going on. I know NASA, they've been talking about a lot about Mars. Apparently they found some stuff that it looks like there's life. There was evidence of life over Mars, and then obviously that's opening that the debate of like, should we send the Mars sample return mission? Like that's heating up, and I think, in my opinion, a lot of the space companies were giving a heads up on it because, interesting enough, like 2 days ago, I think Blue Origin, Lockheed, and Rocket Lab, they're all posting small videos of like their missions to the moon for their comms on the moon. And I'm like, that's very interesting. But then come to find out, NASA came out and they actually talked about what they found on Mars. And I think like, oh, maybe that will open up the window, at least not the door, but maybe the window, maybe cracked open a little bit for Rocket Lab to get that Mars sample return mission that we all want so bad. That will be a great contract for Rocket Lab. I think they're doing it for 4 million, and like I think, funny enough, Lockheed Martin came back down and they're like, oh, you know what? We'll do it for 3, but I mean, I don't hate Lockheed. I like them. I love just they build, but come on, Lockheed. You know you always go over budget. Like they're having issues with the Black 4 of the F-35 right now. Where like the cost of a run went over like $6 billion, and they're having issues like with funding. I'm like, come on, yeah, you guys are gonna do it for 3 billion. You're right. That's gonna go up to double, if not triple of that. I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen. I'm here by myself today. The Hustle brothers eating expensive ice cream in Italy. I'm a little bit jealous that I'm not in Italy. I've been there once and loved it. I need to go back. Let me see what we got. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. That way you guys can see what I'm looking at. So here we go. Like obviously, Rock Lab did a post today. It's clear we can't wait to bring Mars home, and I agree. I love that Rocket Lab is actually getting very aggressive with this again. It says Rocket Lab original Mars sample return study concept delivers return samples to Earth faster, more affordably, and a firm fixed price. That firm fixed price, I think, is what Rocket Lab will do. What I don't believe like the Lockheed and the others will do. They never do. They always charge more. But it says our first step a Mars telecommunication orbiter. Like, and we know they can do it to deliver a robust, persistent Mars Earth link. Our MTO is a backbone that will enable science return to future human exploration. And here's a little video. I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at it, but I'll recommend you go and see it. He's talking about what they found. It's pretty interesting. But then you got this from yesterday, like Blue Origin, Lockheed, and Rocket Lab posted videos of something like this, telecommunications, and they are all going after now their sample return again. Rocket Lab and I think Lockheed posted something about their return mission to Mars sample return mission today. And, yeah, but this is actually pretty cool. Are we getting ready for the Escapade mission coming soon? It was supposed to happen, I believe now September, but I don't know. I haven't seen that a new Glenn out there, so we are waiting to see. Let's see what else they posted. Nothing else. I obviously went to the Complex 3, Launch Complex 3, LC3, met all the weekly guys. That was so much fun. I still think it's a dream, and like it was amazing to meet these people. It was really a great time and awesome to talk to everybody out there. The place, I mean, that pad is so freaking cool. And you got there's a door right here, and you go up the stairs. It's like 4 flights and like upstairs, and the top of that thing is freaking amazing. I'm freaking dreaming about it. Super, super cool stuff. Let me see what I can find other than that. Rock Lab, Lockheed, like we got Blue Origin. Let's see, like Blue Origin is bidding for it too. Like Blue Origin, Mars Telecommunications Orbiter offers continuous robust communication. And I got into an argument with somebody today because they were telling me that, oh no, the Blue Origin is way ahead more than what I think. I'm like, you're right, man. Blue Origin was established back in 2000, and they got really nothing to show for it. They're like, no, they're doing a lot behind the scenes, yeah, blah blah blah. They're good. I'm like, you're right. Come on, 25 years and all that money, they should be like at the same level as SpaceX. Maybe not because SpaceX got Elon Musk, but at least half of that. At least give me something. They should at least have a rocket landed already with all that money and all those years. They're like, no, they're doing a lot of big stuff. They're gonna be. This dude was trying to tell me they're gonna be SpaceX to Mars. I'm like, you are out of your mind. SpaceX hasn't done. I mean, Blue Origin hasn't done anything. Then they come back and they try to tell me that the Blue Origin has the capabilities and more than the Rocket Lab, and that the Rocket Lab and Blue Origin are at the same level, like in the drawing, what is in the drawing part of the mission. Like really, I don't think so, because Rocket Lab They have been part of a lot of missions already to Mars, like either with solar or something, because they got the space system, as we all know, and they have stuff out there in Mars, and they have done that capstone mission, accumulating priceless data. They have what else they have? They have the barter missions going. And people don't think about this, but the barter mission, they go out of space and they stay and they do that stay on orbit, and they come back and do the reentry. That's priceless data too that they can use for Mars, I'm assuming. And not only that, they got 70 launches. They did play around with Electron a lot for their return at what was it? Their landing on the ocean first with a helicopter that they were. They tried to splash down and with Electron, but they've been getting a lot of priceless information just going to be used in the future. They also have a photon that they have like done so much stuff with that, and a lot of people don't know. But if the capstone mission, the photon kept floating, and they were testing a lot of stuff, and they let that thing float and see how far they can communicate with it. I don't remember if they ever said how far they got. I have to look into that, but that was all data. They also have a lunar lander that they help land, like with the Blue Ghost. Blue Ghost, Firefly takes all the credit, but guess what? The power with solar panels, the navigation, landing, and guidance systems. Guess what? They're Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab got priceless data, tons of data that they can use both for the moon and for Mars. Which I forgot to ask that question to Peter Beck or Adam Spice. Why? How come we never bid it for a lunar lander mission? Because in my opinion, like the moon mission is very doable for them because they got so much data. We can capstone, putting that satellite on a different orbit, did a new orbit they were testing, and they did that successfully, and then landing the Firefly Ghost. That's a lot of data, and I'm like, well, how come we don't use that and get a lander contract? Well, we will see. But they are bidding for the Mars lander because the sample return, that will be a Mars lander. Maybe that data they got from the moon, they can use it for that. And that will be pretty cool. And let me see if the guys are ready. Chris, somebody's coming in. Um, but yeah, those are priceless data. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? You guys think the Blue Origin has a shot? Or, like, I mean, that guy was crazy telling me that. Let me stop this. I think that guy was out of his mind, saying that Blue Origin has the same capabilities or than Rocket Lab. It's just not true. They got more money. They have more money, but all these new companies, even they got money, they don't have the same experience that Rocket Lab has. Launchers and satellites, they're already, I'm pretty sure if not done already, they're those Apple Globalstar MDA satellites buses. I'm sure they all deliver by now. And they're working on the SDA contract. So that's pretty much done. So they got satellite experience. They got a lot of stuff going on. I love it. Talk to Chris real quick, see if he's coming in. Oh, I got somebody here. Who's this? The Hustle brother, Chris. Hello? Chris. Hello? Sean is here and all that. I'm saying hi to all, but Chris. Yo. Oh, we lost him. He was trying to connect. So yeah, okay, so we got that the Mars thing that's heating up. Another information I found today, not today, this week. I've been slacking with my research. I was on vacation, but I did found that NASA is also saying that they are pushing forward with their commercial low Earth orbit (LEO) space station, and I think they put something to some bidding, some stuff for bidding. So that's good news too, because hey, who knows? Maybe maybe Rocket Lab can get that capsule contract, because as we all know, like Boeing is really not doing much with that. So is anybody else. I think the other company. Does anybody knows what's going on with Sierra Space? They're being very quiet, and they were supposed to send something to the space station last year too. Forgot the name of their space shuttle, mini space shuttle looking spacecraft. They haven't talked about anything lately. Sierra Nevada, I think it is. Space, let's Sierra Space used to be Sierra Nevada. Now it's Sierra Space. They have that space plane that they're anybody knows what's going on with that? That's crazy. But to take a boys out of sushi, I may not. Gosh, much. Let's see what this guy's saying. So Chris is saying, much love and congrats on Rock Lab Component Launch, taking a bit out of everything. That's awesome. Yeah, Sierra Space was supposed to be another one that was supposed to go up into the space station, and they're being very quiet. They were supposed to launch last year around this time, and I don't know what happened. They were supposed to launch with ULA, and they didn't make it on time, and we haven't heard anything from them. So pretty much the only ones going to space station is SpaceX again. So if we can get some money, I know it's in the billions, but if NASA can give Rocket Lab some money for a capsule, that'd be freaking cool. If they're pushing for a commercial one, maybe Rocket Lab can get their human capsule that we all think is gonna happen in the future. That's something cool. So that was another news that I found. Let me see what else I found. I don't know off the top of my brain. I just did this. I don't know where. I wasn't planning on going live, but everything going on and nobody's really covering space. I'm like, you know what? Let me do a live today. I got a poll going on out there, like because all the companies are bidding pretty much for this Mars sample return again with their small videos. So I put a poll out there on my account, and obviously we got a lot of Rocket Lab fans here. So we got 95% is saying Rocket Lab out of 146 votes. It's pretty cool. Mars sample return is pretty interesting because China is planning on doing that. I know that for a fact. So we really need to do that. And just what else we got that I think is cool. Well, there was something else that I got. Dawn Aerospace from New Zealand. They posted something. They're getting ready for I guess a launch. It's here in the US too, so it's pretty cool. Another big one was I think this morning there was a launch for the first launch of the Tranche 1 for the SDA went out. And guess what, guys? That one, I know that a lot of people said that the separation systems were Rocket Lab, which it usually is. They got really good system, and but it was a York satellites, I believe. It was 21 of them, but each satellite had 2 Mynaric terminals on them. So that's 42 terminals. They are out in space right now, floating in space. So can't wait to get some news back from that and see what Mynaric said, what kind of data they get back. Because I think for me and for the Rocket Lab future, I think that's a big one, especially if we acquire Mynaric in the future. That's going to be a really, really big one. The laser terminals, the MK3 is what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, is those terminals that are gonna communicate through lasers, like out in space. But it's really cool tech that the SDA is gonna use, and we have 42 of them out in space right now. So soon, I'm sure they're gonna be getting again priceless data. And again, this technology can be used for Mars. A lot of people don't think about it. These lasers will speed up and provide better images from Mars once if they use those terminals. So the communication will be a lot better from Mars to Earth, and obviously more data and faster. So that I'm really interested in seeing in that data and see what they say about the SDA if they're getting any info from that. I also posted something I noticed. Let me see. I was looking around and I found that. Oh, let's see. Chris is back again. Hey, Chris.
What's up, buddy?
What's
What's going
up,
on,
man?
guys?
There you are. I'm here flying solo today.
I
I
see.
see
I
you got.
see.
I see you got the pool going on out there.
Yeah, I'm poolside, man. Just got off. I'm about an hour behind you guys, so
Gotcha,
um,
gotcha.
I'm not gonna be able to control if anybody walks out in front. Noise, background stuff. I'm in Pensacola, Florida, on a very large job,
Pretty cool.
and I'm tired.
Um,
So yeah, I've been slacking on the lives. I apologize, guys. It's been
yeah,
a lot of traveling, very hectic week or so, but a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
yeah. I was on vacation myself, and I was just getting back and trying to get all the info from space. But I see that Liam is gone. Jacob, I think he's not gonna do the spaces that they usually do on Wednesdays on X, so that's why I decided to jump in and cover some stuff.
No, great idea. You caught me. You barely caught me. You barely caught me. Last night, there was no way. I was dead to the world. Today was rough, not gonna lie, but you did message me earlier, and I kind of took heart to it, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and kick out of here early. It's not even my job. I'm running for somebody else, but
Gotcha.
I
That's
guess
good.
some. Yeah, man. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta take a day. I mean, not a full day. I mean, I think we put in 12 hours. That's
Good
a
for
short
you,
day
man.
for us. Yeah, when you're on the road, man, you work from sun up to sundown. That's just what you
Gotcha.
do. We leave for Memphis, Tennessee tomorrow. I'll be there for a few days.
Very
Um,
cool.
we'll go home for about a week. My son's coming home from Germany, and then back on the road again, man, to Arkansas. Then I'll be in Dallas,
Cool.
Texas, and then uh, not sure after that. I think Asheville, North Carolina. But yeah, if you guys are out there,
You're
you
busy.
guys want to meet up for a drink, get some dinner or something, hit me up. It'd be great to meet you guys while I'm out on the road.
You're a busy
Maybe you
guy.
guys can catch me up on all the stuff I'm missing out on because I did not have time to even open my phone and look up what's going on with Rocket
Yeah.
Lab. I didn't even look on X today until Francisco hit me up. He was like, "Don't even look. It's going to be depressing." And I was like, "Yeah, I probably shouldn't have looked at it." And I was thinking Rocket Lab was crashing or something horrible like that. But no, crazy day in U.S. history. I'm glad we get a chance to come on and just remind some people of
Yeah.
the positivities in life. There are good things out there. There's good people out there. Good people like Francisco who's going to come on, share all his knowledge. You realize how much time a person puts into the research that Francisco does. When I'm not working 12 and 14 hours, I have the time. When I don't, I have to rely on Francisco for all that inside info. So I do appreciate you for all of
Yeah.
that, my
No problem. You got like Liam is out there like over in Italy. I saw he posted a video. He's having fun out there. Like we were joking around that he's spending all his Rocket Lab and space and drone money and all these trips all over the world. He's enjoying his money. That's what you should do. But whatever.
You got
He's
to
giving
do it
him
at
a
some
hard time.
point. Hey,
Gotta give
we
him a
don't
hard
live
time.
forever. We don't live forever, man. You got
No,
to
we don't, man.
enjoy
You never
it.
know. So yeah, so we talked about that. What happened with Charlie? I started it like before you got here and said, but I'm like, hey, since Hustle Brothers are not doing anything, and Jacob, I don't think he's doing space today. Somebody has to jump in and talk about space. So let's do it. I
Let's
cover
do
like,
it, man.
what do you think? Have you been catching up with the news? I talked about it, the Mars sample return, because like NASA cracked the window open on that one again. Like they said they found some stuff over up in Mars. You read that? What do you think
No, I
about
did
that?
not.
Oh, Oh yeah, man. Let me get you all caught
That's
up.
news to me.
Yeah. So they
Sure. Yeah,
NASA.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys already up to date on this. This is brand new news to me. I've been hoping for some kind of. I'm interested in the nerdy part of space, the science behind it, and just the possibility. I remember when they released the video of how they were actually going to accomplish the Mars sample return. I thought it was awesome. It was just so
Oh, yeah, he's awesome.
just freaking cool to watch.
Yeah, very cool.
So hard not to encourage something like even it could be any company. I don't care what company it was. Just to see something like that be pulled
Yeah,
off just shows how much we can do with human. And we're amazing. Humans are amazing people. It's just so exciting.
so yeah, so listen to this. So I guess NASA came out and they said they found you know how they were testing their samples out there, and they found out that yeah, it looks like there were some. Let me pull up the news. Um, some life or something, but it looks like they are going to pretty much like need that Mars sample return mission. But funny enough, that before NASA said anything, that's what I was talking about. Like you have Blue Origin, they posted their video of like the Mars communication mission, and like then you have Lockheed like posting that they can do a Mars sample return, and and then obviously Rocket Lab posted about it too. So I'm like, oh, maybe the door's not open, but it's now closed over where it's shot. Like so, everybody's posting about it. So I'm like, oh, interesting.
Do you think that maybe because originally it did look like the door was going to be closed on them, and then China started talking about them doing a Mars sample return mission? Do you think that maybe whether it's Trump or somebody in the administration, because I've seen more and more people in the administration coming out and speaking of the need for more funding for space, more space development, um, which has been good for any space company. But you think that has anything to do with it as far as how far China's progressing?
Well, China, they came out and they said that pretty much they copy everything we do, but they're pretty much like even after Rocket Lab came out and they had the whole video, the presentation. It's pretty cool how they're gonna get out there and like retrieve that sample return. And then China came out and they posted a video like that, and they said that they were gonna have a mission too. But funny enough, NASA came back and like they're like, oh no, we're not doing a mission. I think they're listening to Elon because Elon's saying that he wants to get out there and bring humans to Mars and they can do it. But I think if we take that route, China's gonna beat us to this Mars sample return for sure. But I just put up the news about that. Chris, I don't know if you can see it on your phone.
I can't. You know me. I can't even see the comments, guys. I do apologize. I always go right off my phone.
But yeah,
I can't see it.
so here's what happened, and I'll read it for you. Pretty much, the NASA acting administrator, he posted about NASA this morning and about Mars, and he said the life on Mars and put a question mark. So they said there just might be NASA Perseverance rover launched during President Trump's first term may have discovered the clearest evidence yet of Asian life on Mars. So that was pretty cool. And then he talked about it. So, and after that, you get Rocket Lab and everybody posting about Mars.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, this is very interesting.
That's really
Maybe that mission is still available out there. And then Lockheed came out and said like, oh, we'll do it for $3 billion because Rocket Lab do it, isn't it, for like 4, right? So they're on there like cutting do this for this amount of money, but they always like end up being double, triple, quadruple what the amount they said.
That's with any large contractor. I deal with that kind of stuff. People say, "Oh, we can get it done, for 20,000," and then 6 weeks later, going, "Hey, we need 5 more thousand."
Yeah.
By the way, you don't get that 5 more thousand from Chris. You just got to eat it. I'm sorry. You make a deal with Chris, you made a deal. Contract's a contract.
Yeah.
But that's the good thing about all these other new space companies. All that extra money that companies like a Boeing or a Lockheed would get for, tax dollars, billions of dollars. They're finding out, guess what? They didn't really need all them billions of dollars. Where's that money going to? Because companies like Rocket Lab are doing it for, or in my opinion, more efficiently, and a lot better, and a lot better time frames with a lot more possibility of success.
I mean,
So they're going to have to start being honest and trimming the fat, and stop putting money in their own pockets, because if they're not successful, companies like Rocket Lab. I'm not saying Rocket Lab is going to take out a Lockheed or anything like that, but it's going to be a lot harder for them to win these contracts if they're not more competitive.
and the problem, like I think with all these companies taking all that money, they're actually going for the money and keeping the jobs in their states and stuff like that. But because they do that, we actually are not innovating at the pace that China is. So we are becoming less competitive because all these politicians want to keep their jobs in their states and just keep getting paid. But that's actually making us fall behind with the moon. We are behind in the moon, as you know already. Like China has stuff on the dark side of the moon. They apparently they're saying that they're actually mining, as you know, your favorite new topic, Chris. So yeah, we know that
Helium-3, baby. Helium-3.
Yeah. Your helium.
I got so much crap about that, man. I got so much crap. And I want to point to that really quick too, guys. We're all going to have different views and different opinions, and that's great. That's how we learn. Um, but I'm not always going to say things on here that I know were 100% factual. I just tell you what I'm looking into, what I'm excited about, what I believe is going to happen. And yes, I say it all the time. I think way outside the box. Can I come with receipts and show proof? A lot of times I can. But it's fun. It's supposed to be fun. But for the one or two of you that are in there, and it goes to speak about what happened today, you can have a difference of opinion. But remember, we're all human. We're not always going to be right. So, it's different when you put yourself out there in a social media kind of platform. You get a lot of great people you meet. I mean, 99% of you guys have been amazing. There's always that one or two people that have some of the most awful things that they could possibly come up and say. If you have a different opinion, that's great. If you don't agree with me, fine. That's fine. Don't attack me personally. If you are going to do that, attack someone personally, you're no better than the kind of people that go out and do what happened today. That's your problem. It's not my problem. Okay, I'm gonna say that right now. I'm gonna come on here as often as I can. I'm gonna give my opinion. I'm gonna give my thoughts. It's that I try to help other people, but I think some of you guys would be surprised at how much negativity there is in the world. So if you are listening out there and you don't like what I had to say, there's 1,000 other channels. Don't waste your time messaging me 20 times in the middle of the night telling you how. I wouldn't say the kind of things they say. It is disgusting. But you need to get a life. You need to find something else that's inspiring in your life. If I'm living rent-free in your head, I do apologize. I don't want to live there. Believe me, I don't want that kind of attention. But I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to be wrong all the time. I have no problem admitting that. But when it does come back to the Helium-3 thing, I just had to hit on that after I didn't get a chance to speak earlier when it came to Charlie Kirk. I know that guys like Maddie gets some crazy comments. I've seen it during the live. You guys got to get a life, man. You guys got to get a life. Look what it leads up to. You let that kind of frustration and anger, it just festers and mutates and becomes something evil. And I know you guys are better than that. So, we're gonna be wrong.
Yeah, it's good that you got that off the chest. I told the guys like from the Rocket Lab community I was gonna do it and talk about space. So, because everybody's just burned out from all this stuff that happened today, looking at it like on X, because X, if you go to your feed, that's all you're gonna see. So I'm like, let's just talk.
It made me realize that it's not just anybody that's out there that's in any kind of platform like this. I don't know if you guys realize, but you do get a lot of negativity, and you try and fight it off. But that kind of stuff's kind of scary. I've never had any kind of death threats, but I've had some threats. I've had some crazy things come my way, all because of an opinion. And when I brought up, like when I said that Neutron might get delayed till November, December, wow, was that crazy? And when I brought up the whole Helium-3, I had experts, so-called experts, telling me all the math and all the reasons why it's never going to work out. Well, I said then that China was already on the dark side of the moon. No, they're not. Well, I'm not going to say something like that because you can easily find out that I'm full of crap. Well, that's what they're doing. That's where they're at.
Chris, Helium-3 is funny because like that general, the retired general from the Air Force talked about it. But then guess what? wasn't Jared like on that what's the name of the guy? He was on that show again. Help me out here. We watched that video. What's
Oh,
that
Sean
podcast?
Ryan.
Sean Ryan.
Yeah.
Jared was on Sean Ryan. Was it 2 days ago?
Was
And
he really?
he talked about helium-3 too. It's the funniest thing. He talked about that same thing that the general said. He talked about the same thing about helium-3, which is kind of crazy because he said that we are gonna need it. He's like, yeah, solar energy is good. This is Jared, what he was saying, something like that. I don't, not exactly what he said. I'm just trying to remember
Well,
what he
we're not
said. But
going up
he
there to
said that
mine space rock.
the
I mean,
solar is good, but we're gonna need nuclear or some other type of energy to go everywhere else, like that in the solar system. But I mean, his take was really good. I recommend you go and see Sean Ryan, the old this podcast with it's on YouTube actually. Talking to
Isaac,
Jared.
man,
Isaac, man,
that's
man, that was a
awesome.
really good. That was a really good one. It's very long though. It's like 4 hours, so you're gonna
Hey,
have to
I got a
find
7 hour
some
trip to
time to
Memphis
listen to it.
tomorrow, so I'll be definitely diving into that. I really
Yeah,
appreciate it.
but
And
that's
anything
good.
else
But
that you find, man, shoot it to me because I got a lot of winter time
yeah,
coming up.
I just liked it that before the negative news happened, there was a lot of stuff happening with space news, and like everybody, all these companies were talking about the Mars stuff again, and it seems like it's heating up again. I was talking to somebody about all the technology that Rocket Lab has. Bro, you're gonna love this one, Chris. This guy on X, he was trying to tell me that the Rocket Lab and Blue Origin are in the drawing board. They're in the same spot. I'm like, no, they're not. I'm like, bro, like Rocket Lab has all these stuff that they have done, all these missions, and like Blue Origin, he got mad. They have nothing to show for. Like they were established in 2000, as we all know, and they take celebrities on that joyride to they don't go to space, in my opinion. So that's
Hey,
arguably
you're a celebrity,
arguably
man. They didn't take you, so it didn't count as
I,
far as I'm
I don't
concerned.
fly. I
Yeah,
don't fly Blue Origin, but
I
no.
don't
But they
either.
like they take him to the edge of space. They don't go into space, and they have one nuke land. And I mean, I just don't believe it. They're like, no, the Blue Origin is moving. Like nobody sees what they're doing, but they're doing a lot of stuff behind closed doors. I'm like,
Well,
nah,
we're
nah.
relying on them for that.
That's 25 years, bro, and you have nuke land go out like only one launch that you actually put something in space. I don't know. They should
Well,
be
aren't
way
there? They're
far.
the
And
ones
like
launching
Rocket
those.
Lab,
They're launching those
Rocket,
twin
yeah,
satellites, right?
oh yeah, no, right?
That's
That's the
scary, man.
crazy thing. That well, that's
I'm
supposed
so
to
nervous
happen.
about that.
That that's supposed to happen this month, right? But we September 10. Like, do you know when that mission is happening? Wasn't it like September
I thought it
26th?
got delayed till November.
It probably got delayed again. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you what, it's probably gonna get delayed again. As soon as they did it, didn't you remember I said it right away? I'm like, man, that mission's not gonna happen in September. They're out of their minds. That's not gonna happen. And it sucks because these Rocket Lab satellites, and you know what? Those satellites are gonna go to Mars. And you know what they're gonna do? Collect a lot of data, more data for the Rocket Lab future missions to Mars and the moon and space. So
If
yeah.
they keep delaying that, okay, so I don't know the exact specs on their satellites, but just hypothetically, I'm going to get destroyed in the chats because I don't know this, but I just don't. So I'll admit it. Um, would one or two of those fit on the Neutron?
Oh no, yeah, yeah, for sure. You know that New Glenn is so big that have you seen when they were gonna do it the first time? They show like a small video. Bro, the satellites look so tiny compared to the rocket. It's crazy. Yeah, Neutron can definitely do it, but but yeah, no, I mean, I hope I don't hate on Blue or any other space companies. I just hate that I think Rocket Lab they had accomplished so much. They got 70 launches. They have put stuff around the moon, as you know, on that weird orbit that they did. They helped Firefly land and power their lunar lander. I'm like, bro, Rocket Lab has priceless data in their back pocket, and with this mission to Mars, they're gonna get more data. Guess what? Like today, I was telling the guys here, we had that launch for the Tranche 1, the first SDA mission that went out today. You know what? It has 42 Mynaric terminals, MK3. You know what that's going to be? data for more data
Data,
for
more
for
data.
Rocket
Yeah.
Lab for the future. And Rocket Lab is, I think they're pitching, as we know, like the constellation. We're thinking it's going to be a government constellation, and it's going to be based on lasers and communications. So that's going to be data that Mynaric is going to start getting, and like eventually, when
Yeah, that
Rocket
was
Lab
actually something you and
acquires
me
them.
and Liam were starting to work on a little bit before Liam decided to take a vacation and then I left. And we
Yeah,
kind of just left it sitting there. We've got a decent amount of stuff to bring up and talk about.
yeah.
I don't have nothing with me, guys. I'm on the road. I never, you know me. I'm old school. I actually take physical notes with a pen and paper because I'm old. I do stuff like
Oh
that.
no, don't worry. I don't have a lot. I'm just doing this to try to catch up for the guys, but I do not have a lot because I was on vacation too. But I just know that the guys are not doing a space, and I'm like, yeah, man, let me just jump and do something. Chris,
Yeah,
I looked
definitely.
up that the escape mission, and then on the app that we use, the new. Do you use the same app? We have that the app that you can see the flights, the schedule, and guess what? They changed it. You're right. I mean, it doesn't even have a date. They're saying not early than the fourth quarter. So it's not even. It wasn't even pushed for November. It's just they don't have a date for it. And I knew it. I mean, I said it. I'm like, bro, if they're gonna launch in September, they should have that rocket full stacked up together already, like doing some
Yeah, we
fire.
knew it wasn't going to happen. We talked about that
And
in like middle of summer. Like they're not going to do it in September.
yeah,
Maybe,
that was
maybe,
crazy.
maybe end of the year. But like you said, they've been doing this for 20 plus years. By now, nothing. I'm all for any space company. I want them all to succeed. You
No,
guys should know that
of
by now.
course.
But that amount of time, you should have figured out. I mean, he's got tons of money. He can hire the best people. But all those little bugs, all those little things keeping them from being able to launch. I mean, at some point, man, you might just have to hang it up and go, you know what? Maybe this is just not for me. Maybe just, I'm not going to be successful at this. You can, just because you got billions of dollars, you keep throwing money at something. If you keep failing, eventually you got to realize, it's just not going to work out. Uh, I think that's what's so special about Rocket Lab and Peter Beck. Space is hard. We
Mhm.
say it all the time. He says it all the time.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
very amazing of what they're able to accomplish, especially with the amount of money they have, the budget they have.
yeah.
Imagine if
Small
they
budget.
had because if they
Exactly.
had the kind of money that Bezos had, imagine where we'd be at. It'd be amazing what they would be able to do.
Or
Um,
even Blue Origin. Blue Origin has unlimited amount of funds from Bezos, bro, and and all they got to show is one launch for New Glenn, and the celebrities dancing like whatever. That just BS to me. But yeah, going back to the terminals, like look at that. I don't know if you can see the picture. I know you can't read, but let me
yeah, I can see the
give you this
photo.
news.
I can see the
Oh yeah,
photo.
you can see the photos. Okay, so I found that remember 2 months ago I said that there was like a new printing company, 3D printing company that Minari got to deal with. It looks like they are already using like the gimbal part. I don't know if you can see it, like the gimbal area. It was
Yep,
already
yep,
updated.
yep.
It's already different. So they're already using a different company. And I think it's gonna lower the weight, and I'm sure it should be cheaper, I'm assuming. But
Where
it's
are
cool
we
to
at
see
as
because they
far as
announced that,
the?
and then they already are showing a picture with a new design, new material.
Where are we at in that acquisition with Wine Eric? Are we still waiting for like Germany to,
Oh,
do Germany
yeah,
thing?
it's a
Okay,
Germany
that's what I
thing.
thought.
I mean, I was told somebody from overseas. They're like, yeah, man, like I don't remember where he was from, but maybe German. I don't know. He told me that that's gonna take a while because they just finished doing their chapter 11. I guess that already went through, but the next step, he told me like, bro, that can take anywhere from 4 weeks to maybe next year first quarter for the Rocket Lab to be able to acquire them. I mean, the sooner the better for sure. Because bringing my Rocket Lab to the house, then you know what's gonna happen. We're gonna put a big old Rocket Lab sticker on these terminals. The big R is gonna go on them, and it's gonna be more stuff with Rocket Lab like name on space. But it's gonna get there. It's just a matter of time, I think. But I just thought that was pretty cool, just to tell people that yeah, we did upgraded this area right here that hosts the gimbal for a new one, And you know what? That shows me that even though they were going into bankruptcy, they didn't stop. You know, some people give up. They didn't give up. Obviously, they kept working hard and they kept doing upgrades, which is kind of cool, I think. So that means I think we're getting the right company.
Yeah, I like the possibility. I mean, look what Bex has done with other companies in the past that were struggling. Or I think it's a lot of what he establishes as far as a culture within the company, and
Yeah,
they take stuff over and they turn it into gold. They really do. I
no, they
think they'll
do.
do
Yeah.
really good. I think that's a really good possible acquisition. I think they're going to get it. Look what happened with Musk. Over in Germany, they tried to build their gigafactory. They went through all kinds of delays and delays and delays, and most of it was just government bureaucratic bullcrap. But that's
True.
the government, the German government. But that opens up a lot more doors for us when it comes to getting contracts and for European countries. You have to. It's weird because you almost have to own a European country in one way or another to almost be allowed to even attempt to get some of these contracts. So I think just owning Mine by itself, above and beyond what Mine is going to do for the company, but just owning the company itself is going to open up more doors towards more European countries for whether it's launches or satellite contracts. I mean, guys, we're Rocket Lab. We're end to end. We don't just launch. We do a lot more things in between. So a lot of opportunity for more money out there because Europe's, they're starting to ramp up their space industry as well.
Yeah. Are we good? The Tran, Tran, he always find that he finds gold, man. This guy's crazy. So he found this clip of of NASA discussing the communications for Mars. And guess what? You see, they have, I don't know if you can see the picture, but there's a Rocket Lab logo somewhere down there. And like that makes me bullish. The guy was talking about how like they're already with the partners talking, and he made it sound like the procurement, like he says, is approaching. So he made it sound like they already have somebody in mind at least. So that's why you see people putting here like
That
bullish.
that guy always finds the best stuff, doesn't he? I mean, he
Trent,
always finds cool. Yeah, Trend man, he always finds the coolest stuff.
yeah, Trent is freaking crazy. Yeah, he finds big stuff, man. He is good. I mean, in
I got
this
so
video,
much to catch up on. I got so much to catch up on,
yeah,
which I'm
I don't
excited
know.
about. I like being behind the eight ball sometimes, and not always in the know. Discovery is fun, man. Learning is always fun. At least I like to learn.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, so it's good. Like, I mean, this official was saying he was discussing the agency and federal government partnership with private sector businesses. So, man, this guy, like, I watched the whole thing. It was pretty interesting. So, I mean, it looks like something's gonna happen with Mars, at least the communication part, based on this video. And now with what they found, we hope that we'll get Mars communication and what you call that communication and Mars sample return mission. That would be freaking amazing if that happens. But yeah, like, do you have anything like before I went on vacation? Like, have you guys been doing lives? What you got? Oh, did I lose you, Chris? I think Chris is gone. I think Chris is gone. Yeah, Chris is not talking. Chris, you muted. See that, Chris? I can't hear you. I think you muted yourself. But anyways, another thing that happened that I found very interesting. Chris, if you need to unmute yourself, I can't hear you. So these people put out a freaking hello, Chris, an article, and they're saying Barda, Leo Labs, Anduril, and demonstrate hypersonic reentry tracking as Golden Dome efforts advance. Are you there, Chris? And I'm like, you know what? Like that is freaking nuts that that they left out Rocket Lab, because guess what? Rocket Lab, has is the one putting out that BARDA. I mean, they were doing it before. They did the first three BARDA space missions. So we had the satellite that put them out in space. They kept them on orbit, and then we did the reentry with like their software, Rocket Lab software. And they didn't even mention it, which it was freaking crazy to me. I'm like, wow, they go talk about all this, and they even talk about it was testing ball with BARDA W3, which that mission was done by Rocket Lab. I'm like, damn, Rocket Lab always get the short stick. Uh, but yeah, I don't know if you had a chance to see that one. And then we had this stupid company. I don't know who they are. Like they came out and they are trying to get investors for another like lawsuit. I'm like, these guys are funny. That happened back in February. They're so late. They even Rocket Lab is filing to get that thing dismissed, and now they want to file for one now. I'm like, dude, LC3 has water. Get out of here. That was funny. Chris, I can't
Lots
hear
of
you.
water.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of water.
That's what. Oh yeah, there you go. What do you think about that, Chris? That like on the previous one that these people they talk about BARDA, Leo Space, Anduril, hypersonics re-entry, but they don't talk about Rocket Lab, bro. When we know that Rocket Lab was the one that did the re-entry for freaking for BARDA space, and we have Hayes and we have all this stuff that we have done. It's just crazy to me.
Yeah,
That people
I see a
forget
lot of.
about Rocket Lab.
I do find it odd that,
It's
I mean,
annoying,
even with
bro.
Firefly, we didn't get any kind of
No.
recognition. We don't get a lot of recognition that we deserve, and it's probably just PR. It probably has nothing to do with Rocket Lab. It's just the people putting out the info
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
just purposely just people take credit for things they don't. They're not really a fully 100% responsible for. They do it all the time. It's nothing new.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but what are you gonna do, man? It's stupid. That's why you have guys like you and me that can go out there and tell the truth and go, "Hey, you forgot about this company, who, by the way, you wouldn't have done it without them."
Yeah, that's what I try to find. Like that pisses me off, man, because we know that Rocket Lab's doing more than what people think. But it's nice if they recognize what they're doing out there, but they really don't. So the community has to go out there and find the info and put it out there for everybody else to see. But
Well,
it's
just like we've seen in the last year, eventually people are going to wake up and go, "Oh wow, I didn't know this. Oh wow, I didn't realize this. Maybe I should invest." Um, I know it sounds crazy to some people, but I think we're still very early when it comes to space. Yeah, we're sitting in 40s. I don't know where we're at exactly, but you go from $4 to where we're at now. 2 years ago, we were talking about this, and people said, "Yeah, this never going to happen." Now look at us. Uh,
yeah,
hey, if you don't have a few haters, you're probably not doing something right.
yeah.
Um, Beck's got
Chris,
quite a few of them because he's competing against all these people. I mean,
I know.
he is now
But
prime for competition. So
what Beck says is like his two biggest competitors are the richest guys in the world. Like you got Bezos
yeah,
and Elon Musk. So actually, it's really freaking amazing when you think about it. This guy from New Zealand, no college background, no NASA, nothing, no background, self-taught, and he freaking bro like a space company that's working with NASA, DoD, like CIA, anybody in the United States, and all the big defense companies, and he's working with all of them.
DARPA.
And he
I
doesn't have
mean,
money. But DARPA, you want to talk
yeah,
about
I mean,
DARPA? Now that you throw something there, I got something for you. You're gonna love this one. So
uh-oh.
DARPA, they just released that they did the first test of like laser comms from a satellite to an airplane. What do you think about that?
I love that, man. We've been talking about that possibility, and whether it's a Mynaric or whatever.
But
And we got a lot of flack for
Gios
that,
got
but
to do the
they're doing it. They're talking about it. They're thinking about it. There's these companies out there that are attempting it. They're doing tests, and now look what DARPA is doing. Maybe we're not so crazy after all, Francisco. We do think outside the box, but not so far outside the box where it's unjustifiable thoughts. I mean, there are definitely possibilities, and again, a lot of times it's just for fun. But you get something
yeah,
with someone like DARPA, and they're researching that kind of stuff. You better open your eyes and realize the potential out there.
not just for Rocket Lab, but for their other companies. But there's going to be laser-based, communications. It's look, they wouldn't be building these companies wouldn't exist if they weren't, didn't have potential and make money. It's ridiculous to think that.
Yeah. No, that for me that was crazy, man. I really like that. Let me see who did it. Uh, who was it? I know it wasn't the Mineric terminals. It was a big company, Groman maybe. I forgot another company that's doing some terminals, but it was pretty cool to see that they actually, and DARPA is going to be government. That's probably going to roll over to the National Reconnaissance or the SDA or even the Golden Dome. But just knowing that they're doing that and that they're successful did it, because Mineric, they work with DARPA too, as we all know, right? And they have done stuff. So that's pretty cool that they tested like the comms from a satellite to an airplane, and it was successful. So they did achieve that, and as we know, they achieved also the transfer of power from space to Earth using lasers too. So I think the Minari acquisition is a bigger one than what people think. What do you think?
There's usually a reason. Look, when you and I go down crazy rabbit holes and we do like 3 weeks of crazy research, there's usually a reason. I know it's not the first time for you, not the first time for me hearing about DARPA and Mine Eric, working together in the past.
Oof.
Again, guys, there's a reason why we have these crazy rabbit holes that we jump down, and a lot of times it leads to nothing. We have a lot of fun, but every once in a while, man, we hit something good. We hit a gem, and especially if you're gonna be investing in the company, you always want to try and stay as far up to date, if not to get ahead of what's going on. Obviously to protect your investment. Uh, Rocket Lab's a fun company, but at the same time, it's also real money that you're dealing with here. So you want to look for every possibility, whether it's good or bad. Always look for that outside chance of something else coming up. And with Beck, you just never know anyway. But yeah, DARPA is always my go-to when I run out of stuff to think about or rabbit holes to jump down. I honestly, man, that's crazy. DARPA does some crazy, crazy stuff.
I just found out, like, just right now that this company called Aero Environment, they just won a contract for $240 million for space lasers comms terminals. They just got it yesterday. I didn't even know about this, but apparently they got
Yesterday,
a
huh?
big contract. Yeah, it's a big contract, $240 million. Imagine Eric gets one like that. It's for the same thing, the same terminals, laser terminals in space. AeroVironment. I don't know. I never heard of this company.
I've never heard of them either, but I mean that's not like
Well,
$5 million, which
that's a lot.
that's a lot of money, man. They probably not only do they have high expectations, but there's a reason why they're willing to put that kind of money into it. You don't put that kind of money into something and just hope that it works. I mean, maybe unless you're Bezos, but or Chris Kemp, Astro. But
In my opinion, I'm pretty sure like we got the best terminals too. I'm pretty sure Minerics are gonna be like the best. I mean, there's a reason why like Peter Beck and Adam Spice got it. There you go. There's the news. I don't know if you can see it, but like it says Aero Environment. Never heard of this company. I didn't even know. Never heard about it. But they got a $240 million contract for space laser communication terminals. That is crazy.
that's a lot of money. Yeah, this isn't going away.
I got somebody, Chris, is saying that ABAP, I guess, is a drone company. So they are a drone company. They made the Obama wedding specials, big prime. But thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got some money. So I hope that Rocket Lab gets something for terminals in the future too. Because I mean, if you really think about it, like York, it's in Lockheed and Northrop Grumman, they're all putting like Mineric terminals on their satellites, aren't they? And Rocket Lab is obviously contracted then. So they seem to have something better than the others. when all the SDA contracts, they hired Mynaric. I mean, they subcontracted Mynaric. Oh, yeah.
Do you remember what the offer was as far as the buyout, when as far as acquisition, what they're looking at buying Mynaric for?
It wasn't a lot, I don't think. It was like it was a strange deal because what was it? Because I have to look it up, but it was what 150 million. I don't think it was a lot.
Yeah, I don't remember it being that much. Not
Yeah,
compared
it
to a
wasn't a lot.
$240 million contract.
No. Here's what it
Maybe for
was.
Rocket Labs,
Here's what it is. It was a 70. It was an initial of 75 million. But I think depending on there's some writing there that they can potentially get an additional payment of 75 million based on future revenue targets. So I think the sooner we get the company, the better before they start getting all this money from all these deliveries they're doing. So yeah, so anywhere from 75 million to 150, that's nothing. If we get a contract like this, 240, it's almost like if we got the company for free.
you get the company for free, man. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
crazy.
think it's a great deal. Yeah, and it's gonna be cool, and it's gonna open the doors for Europe too.
Hey,
Yes.
that's got to make everybody smile right there. I mean, that's got to make everybody smile. Um, that's the potential is massive. Do if you got some free time, check them out. Look into Mynaric a little bit, guys. The company that Francisco was just talking about that we obviously know nothing about. Guy in the chat, thanks for the update. A drone
Amen.
company apparently.
Yeah.
But
They have a lot of stuff actually. I'm gonna add it to my favorite and like look at them. Yeah, they have a lot of autonomous stuff. It looks like they have a lot of stuff. Yeah, drone company. And about drone companies, man, everybody's been talking about this Ondas company and the drone is the next big thing. So yeah, everybody's trying to look. It looks like in the market, the next big movers are gonna be drone companies. So I am gonna have to do some DD on that and try to find the best drone company. So I don't know if Chris is invested on IBAB. Like I know a lot of people are talking about on X about Ondas. I'm like, oh my god, like what is this company? Like what do you think, Chris? You probably haven't even had time.
well, I just don't know enough about drones to have an opinion one way or the other. There's guys out there that they're investing in drone companies. Possibly some of you guys in the chats know a lot more than I would know about it. I mean, they're cool. I can say that, but I don't. Other than then what my personal opinion of them are. I don't know any facts about what the future revenue potential is, or their applications, whether it's space, or whether it's defense for different countries, and what their total capabilities are. Like if they can go under the water, can they, how far can they go? What are the different types of applications need to be added to or subtracted to it to make it capable to be able to do multiple different things? I have no idea. That's something I really need to get into because I'm seeing more and more in the chats about drones. I think Liam, if he's not investing into a drone company, he knows a bit more about it. This is a good subject for Liam. He knows a bit more about
Yeah,
the
Leon.
whole.
I know Leon is into drones, but like not drones, but the eVTOLs. And like he knows something about drones, but I will have to get into that. I posted it. I just uploaded. I don't know if you can see it now. That company they got that contract. They do more than drones though. They have a lot of stuff. I think he's almost like
Halo,
a great. He's almost like a Kratos. He's crazy.
really. Now that is interesting because we all know we like some Kratos on here, guys.
Oh, I do love Kratos. We know that.
Francisco's gonna
It's,
that's interesting. Yeah.
it's not a secret.
No, it
We
is
don't
not a
keep that a
secret.
secret.
We love some Kratos.
But yeah, that was interesting. That contract is pretty interesting too. I was not aware of that. Well, we always learn something new. We just trying to go through real quick some news of like space because nobody's covering it. But yeah, that's good. And the good news is that company had that contract. And hey, who knows? Rocket Lab with Geos and Mynaric might get some money coming their way too. Um, Rocket Lab is building up a nice space system. But
Indeed, I do agree. I do agree.
let's,
Again, I think we're early. Once these acquisitions really start taking hold and we start seeing revenue coming in from that, again, dude, $240 million. That's crazy. I can't get past that. I'm gonna be thinking about that for hours tonight.
I know, right?
Yeah,
That's
that's the potential is massive for Rocket Lab.
I mean, think
That's just
about it.
one sector,
They
one little
already,
small company.
yeah. And we was just talking about terminals, and I Google and found that stuff. I was just googling laser terminals, and that came up. But yeah, that's crazy because, like we said, Trench One was already launched today and has 42 uh, Mynaric terminals, and then you got Northrop Grumman, Lockheed, and Rocket Lab. Everybody's using the Mynaric terminals. It's going to be a future Rocket Lab company. So Geos and Mynaric might be the next like Solera kind of deal that's going to bring the company to the next level. So it's really, really cool. It's really, really cool. And the other thing, like, what do you think? September 10 already. Everybody's waiting for October 1st. What do you think is going to happen? Are we going to get some contracts or what?
That's a great question. Yeah, I think we're all waiting for that. It's hard, and that's one thing I don't want to speculate on. There's some huge potential out there. I'll say that, and I think it's going to come down to some probably some really outside the box things that you and I probably haven't considered yet. There's a lot of competition kind of popping up, and a lot of money, a lot of things going to be getting spread around. And I think, honestly, I think some of us going to be very disappointed in what our expectations are for some of our
I
favorite
agree.
space companies.
I do
Um,
agree. Hopefully not, because we like some space companies around here. The Kratos, the Rocket Labs, not so much. Everybody used to love Redwire, like somewhere in the fourth, fifth position, but Redwire, like management, really dropped the ball in the last one. Everybody's hating Redwire. Most of the people that I knew they had it, they sold right away. They got out of it. And I don't blame them. I kept it, but I'm like, as soon as it goes back up a little bit, I'm jumping out of that one too. I'm not.
are you really? That's
Yeah, I'm not
interesting.
Redwire.
That's
Because
interesting.
I think here's the deal. Like, why would I want to be on another space company when I already got Rocket Lab and Kratos? It's like, why? I don't need to add another company in that sector. Maybe I need to add like a drone company. But oh, look at that.
No, that's fair. That's very fair. I totally get it. I don't know.
This.
I'm probably like I'm gonna probably be like 100% wrong about Redwire. And I'll come out and admit it. Like, yeah, I was dumb about Redwire. But what they do, what their potential is, if they're only being held back because of bad leadership, then there's always a potential of a company like because they're what 400 maybe $450 million as far as overall value. That's a big chunk of change for a company like Rocket Lab to buy them out. But as far as the company itself, they do a lot of cool stuff and they have a lot of potential moving forward. Bad leadership, well, those kind of guys can be replaced. So I haven't given up on them completely, but I totally get it. If you sold out, I totally get it. Nothing wrong with that. I would have probably done the same thing.
Some
But
of the technology is pretty good. The other thing that they were talking about, obviously, NASA's been talking a lot this week. They're talking about the Leo space station when they over the old one. They're gonna work with obviously with companies and like I think believe it or not, Blue Origin gets contracts all the time and they have nothing to show for it. That pisses me off. So I know Blue Origin is on that deal of the future like Leo space station is going commercial, and I forgot the other two companies. I can't remember on top of my head, but I guess they're gonna really go for it. But that might be good news for Rocket Lab because you know how they're gonna build a future human capsule. But then after that, it's gonna be the moon and the moon mining. And the NASA acting director, he said that we are going to be China into the moon. And then Redwire was talking about how they have some technology for mining and this other stuff that they have. I guess they're working with the government. So I was like, oh, maybe that is some bullish news for Redwire. Who knew? But yeah, Let's see what happens. I guess Redwire's not dead yet. I think the big mistake is that they bought that drone company. That drone business is going to be very competitive.
Yeah, I've got to get down, do some research on some more drone stuff. I'm excited about it. It's interesting for sure. I don't have anything negative to say about it, at all. Again, it's just more potential for space overall, in my opinion.
Okay. So, Chris, before we're done, let's cover the big news, the big elephant in the house. You haven't been, I'm sure you heard about this. I know you haven't heard a lot of news, but what do you think? I'm sure you've seen it on X about this stuff with all the Spectrum. Everybody's talking about Spectrum lately. It's been the talk of the past few days. But Elon went up and like bought a bunch of Spectrum from EchoStar. What do you think about that? Well, the ASTS, bro, like drop. They're down like a lot. They're down into the 30s, bro. They dropped like $10.
So I've said this from the beginning. You don't bet against Elon Musk and
Yeah, that's the problem.
ASTS. That's who they're. That's. I've never understood why, they're relying on Starship to launch them. I like a lot of. I've said this before. I've gone back and forth with ASTS. I like a lot of what they do.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get some stuff in the comments from some of you guys. That's fine. I'm used to it. But you're wrong. I'm gonna tell you you're wrong about this. You're depending on your competition to put you in space. That makes zero sense.
I mean,
makes
even
zero
what
sense.
you just said, Adam Spice said it. I'm like, how comfortable are you putting like your satellites in your competition, and how happy are they to carry your satellites on it? Like Elon Musk is definitely like going against them, so I'm sure it's gonna be they'll do it. I'll launch here and there. I don't know if they're gonna do all of them. I'm sure it's not gonna be easy.
Well, if I'm Elon or you're Elon and you're saying, yeah, I'll take your money, I'll launch you into space, but at the same time, I'm going to make sure that my product's 10 times better than yours. I'm not going to compete against you, but I'll take your money and put you in space all you want, but that's going to be the end of it. Yeah, I would not want to compete against Elon Musk. That is not to me a very sound, business plan. It just, you guys, all you AST fans, I do like the company, but that is not the tree I'm going to start barking up and thinking I'm going to take over and be the number one communications. And I've seen not a lot, but I've seen some things come out when it comes to the potential for Golden Dome, where it actually goes against ASTS. I'm going to get crap for that too. That's fine. That's what we do. But I have not bought ASTS in the past, and I have no desire to buy it in the future. To me, it's a lot more risky than they compare Rocket Lab to SpaceX all the time. I get it, but it's not a fair comparison. They have a different goal in mind, and they're not.
You can't really compare anything to SpaceX. I mean, we have both said it. SpaceX is on first place, but they are so freaking far ahead than everybody else. It's stupid to compare them to anybody else. I mean, I do think the Rocket Lab is on second place. We just need, I guess, more lobbying power, and I guess some more contract and more people in government. But other than SpaceX, Rocket Lab has the best technology out there. But the ASTS,
by far,
the Spectrum and all that stuff. You know what? Like, I really like that DARPA tested that communication through lasers, and it worked, and it was successful. So that's actually pretty good for Rocket Lab, because their comms is probably going to be based on laser. So I don't know, and I always said, like, I don't hate. As you know, I had ASTS. I bought it. I sold out of it in the 50s. I'm like, nah, this thing ran like, and unfortunately, that's the only thing they have. I know I don't really probably get why the people talk about the Spectrum, but for me, that's only one thing, and it's like a satellite in the Spectrum. And the longer they're on the ground, I think that the highest the risk it is, because you get people like Elon Musk and everybody else to catch up to them. That's just my thing. And Rocket Lab has multiple different things in space systems that they do, so it's less risky, I think.
You're comparing a satellite company to an end-to-end space company.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, but there's no comparison. There's just no comparison. You specialize in one thing. Well, Rocket Lab specializes in everything now. So
Yeah.
sure,
Which
your
maybe it's
satellites, you
not
might
a
have some advantages in some aspects. Some other satellites might be able to do some things that ours can't. They might have some advantages in certain areas, but I'm pretty sure that Beck is a lot smarter than a lot of us investors out there. And the guys out there that think they know everything there is to know about space, you probably don't know half of what you should know. I think I know everything about space, and you guys know I don't know that fraction of what I should know. So that's not me talking to you; it's just me talking in the mirror.
Yeah.
When it comes to the spectrum thing, I have a hard time believing that no one can operate and communicate in space without spectrum, and spectrum is so limited that eventually, there's only going to be one or two companies operating in space. That's ignorant. We're still
Yeah, that's
early.
what. Yeah,
That
that's what they're
technology
saying.
is just getting started. I mean, that's a dumb take if you think that's why ASTS is going to dominate. Give
That's
me a
what
better
some
reason, I'll listen, but that's just not going to be a thing, especially when Elon Musk is going to buy all the spectrum. Then what's your choice?
That's what a lot of people were saying. Like, I guess on the ASTS, and I don't hate him because I will trade him if he goes down lower. Trust me, I will buy some ASTS. But I think the price at 50 was way too high. I think the risk is too high that Elon, with all his freaking money, is gonna come and buy up Verizon. Though they asked him today, like, and he said, somebody asked him, "Oh, what do you think it's possible for you guys to like buy like somebody like Verizon?" He said, "Hey, it's not out of the mind, out of the options, something like that." He said he might do it, so who knows? But the
And that would
dude
probably be
has
good for
so much
shareholders.
freaking money.
They make a premium on the shares, and now you got to go find the next thing if you want to invest. Because
But
I mean, unless he keeps it public.
here's the other thing. Like a lot of people say, "Oh, the Spectrum, yeah, they got all the partnerships with AT&T and all these other people." And AT&T did buy some of the Spectrum from EchoStar, and then I guess SpaceX, the Starlink came out and bought the other half, whatever they had, and they were expensive, but it was like $17 billion. I think AT&T paid like 23. It's crazy money, bro. That's why Rocket Lab didn't buy it because it's just too much money. But I think it's crazy to think that if they don't hurry up and put satellites in space, and somebody else does, that these companies are not going to break their partnerships and lose their money and just go with a company that actually has their hardware out in space. It's actually working. I just
Yeah.
don't.
No, I agree, man. I agree. I got some people I consider friends on X that are big investors that know their stuff when it comes to ASTS, and I respect that. I really do, and I respect their thesis and their ideas wholeheartedly. I do, and I believe in them, or at least I want to believe them because I want to see all my friends succeed in life. And it'd be great if it jumps up to $200 tomorrow. I'll be happy for them. And
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys can point and
sure.
laugh and dance on my face and go, aha! I'm like, great, that's awesome. But where are you going to be at in 5 years from now? In 5 years, you're going to probably still be sitting at that $200. There's not a there's only but so far you can go. Yes, you can put stuff around different planets out there, for communications or whatever, but you're still limited because you're only doing satellites. Space is a lot bigger than satellites, and yes, there's gonna be satellites all over space. I get it. I get it. I've heard the arguments 1,000 times. Again, you're gonna need the components. You're gonna need the launch. You're gonna need 1,000 other things to make you successful outside of just being the best satellite company in the world. Great, congratulations, happy for you. Um, Again, make all the money in the world. I think personally that Rocket Lab will be a lot bigger in the long term. I said this, and Francisco will tell you this because we talked
Long
about this. Me and
term.
him and Yanni have talked about it. Chris, what do you think about ASCS? I like it for the short term play. 2 to 3 years, great play. Make a lot of money. It's just not for me. I'm a poor guy. I'm a blue collar guy. If I'm going to invest my company, money in a company, I'm thinking 5 years minimum, 10 years out. And it's just a little bit too risky. It's a little too risky for me.
I agree. I agree. For me, I mean, yeah, for the risk, it's like high risk and high pay too. But no, I agree with you. Like ASTS, I have traded it, as you know. I can't complain because I have made a lot of money with ASTS. I traded it many times, but no, my plays in space are gonna be Rocket Lab and Kratos. And I mean, if the STS guys they go up, I mean, I'll be happy for them, like you said. The problem is that on X, like I think they took out like what they call that? The ASTS people, like once like they went up to like 50 and Rocket Lab was like 38 or something or 40. They took a victory lap, and some of the not the good guys. There's a lot of great guys on ASTS, but some of these idiots started going and like giving all the Rocket Lab people a hard time. And I think now because they took a victory lap, like the Rocket Lab guys are pissed off, and then they're going back at them. I mean, it's funny to see. I don't wish like anybody could lose money, like you
Yeah, I've
said.
never understood the whole rivalry kind of thing and the arguments or whatever.
It's,
I mean,
it's
it's
funny.
fun to have a debate, have a like an intelligent debate, but to actually get mad on X over someone's investment decision, let me tell you right now, get a life. You know what I'm saying? Find something else better to do than, argue on X over someone's investment decision. Um, Debate, great. Have a heated debate if you want to, if it's that important to you. But um, maybe listen, because I learned a lot about ASTS because I was open minded, but that also helped me learn more about Rocket Lab and more about the companies that I invest in. So, take that kind of stuff with a grain of salt. Try and be positive. Think positive about it. And again, like I said, I hope you guys in the ASTS community, I hope you guys all become millionaires. Then you can just
A
hire me
lot
to
of
come
them
build
did.
you a nice pond and pay Chris to come. Like right now in Florida, um, for a guy who is an investor, not one of our friends, but that's how he made his money. And yeah, please make a bunch of money and hire Chris. And you can make fun of me while I'm out there working, and you're living off your millions off of ASTS. That's great. I'm happy, but I'm going to charge you a lot. You're going to be paying a premium for that pond. I can tell you that. Um, but yeah, man, it's been fun. I've missed this. I've been missing going live.
No, life
Uh,
is fun and to catch up and stuff, but too bad that they got some work that they didn't do it today. So we're trying to catch up with some stuff, but like everybody seems to be on vacation. And yeah, I mean, ASTS is good. I made some money, and like, yeah, same. I'm with you. I'm like, I don't hate on them. And at one point, it's all about risk. Like, how much risk are you willing to take for how much profit you want to make? And that's all like a personal decision. I mean, if you're on ASTS, I'm like, good for you. They made a lot of money already. I mean, that freaking stock went from $2 to 50 in a year. I'm like, man, you must be a millionaire. But yeah, same thing like with Rocket Lab. And for some reason, when the smaller companies go up, they all seem to be going up together. So yeah, it's all like fun and games. I think at the end of the day, I just wish that ASTS figure the launch stuff and they get the satellites built and get them in space fast. Because if not, I think every day they have a satellite on the ground is they're giving they're losing their advantage. That's what I think.
Look, the more successful companies are in space, the better it is for all of humanity. So for anybody to be rooting against a rocket lab, well, you're an idiot. It's not helping you. It's a dumb thing to think. Um, it can always be fun to have like we're gonna challenge and let's see who gets to 51st and have fun with it. Sure, and that's great. Um, but like you said, it's your own personal investment. Um, don't judge another person on how they invest or why they invest. Learn from what they know. Maybe they know something you don't. I know I learned a lot.
Oh no, a lot of
Uh,
the do know a lot. Like if you listen to Iron Man on X, bro, he will make you buy space. I mean ASTS.
I love
That's
Ampan Man.
so
I
much
love
fun
that
with the
guy. He knows his stuff, and he
oh,
will. I mean, he can put up an argument for ASTS. Makes you want to go and buy tomorrow as much as you got,
yeah,
because
great
he
guy,
does know his
man.
stuff. We've
He
had him
does.
on here. He's amazing,
Yeah, he's
amazing
good.
guy,
He
and
used
very
to
cool, man.
NBA.
He's very cool, very laid back. Um, he's
Yeah,
not,
really good guy.
yeah, he's just a fun guy. I can't wait to meet him. I really can't wait to meet him.
Mhm.
And he's one of those positive ones too. Like he likes Rocket Lab. I don't think he invests in them. And the thing that I
I
like
think
about
he
him is
did at one point though. I don't know if
yeah,
he's
he
close
did.
it,
He
but I know that
did. And when I asked him his bare case, he doesn't just say, some BS answer. He actually gives a very intelligent, thought out, well thought out answer.
yeah.
And it's we get along great. I think the guy's amazing. I can't wait to have him back on.
I agree. Same thing with Jacob. As you know, Jacob is invested heavily on ASTS and our friend like what's it what else is on that one? Help me out here. Fool's Gold, also ASTS.
Yeah, I
So
think Fools is. I
they're,
want to say Space Ghost might be as well. I'm not sure
yeah,
about Space
the
Ghost, but I
funny
think he
thing, yeah,
is.
there's a lot of people that are invested in both companies. They are like Rocket Lab
And
ASTS.
dude, it's a smart play. I mean, again, they're a
I
great company. They do great things. It's nothing wrong with um
agree.
yeah, it's just, it's all about what you prefer. And, I just don't get personally, I don't get excited about satellites. Um, there are some people out there that we
Wait,
mentioned
wait,
that
wait. Unless they're flat, right?
I do love the flat ones though. Those things are sexy. I love some flat satellites. That's great. I love that. That was really good. That was really good. I saw something about a new satellite system. We got to get more into that. But man, I'm glad I was able to go live tonight. My phone is getting ready to die. I've
Oh
got to
no,
get
man,
some
good,
dinner,
good. We've
and
been
I'm
on
gonna
for
go
an hour.
jump in this pool.
I just
Uh,
wanted to do this for the guys for like an hour. We had that
Most definitely.
nobody has been live or anything covering any news and stuff like that. But real quick, we got a question about the Golden Dome. What do you think about that? I mean, Eric News came out, but it's in freaking German. I don't speak German. Anybody speak German here? I just found like a link for something. Well, what do you think about the Golden Dome, real quick, before we head out?
I think the Golden Dome is going to be way bigger than even you and I are thinking. And I think what a lot of people are missing is that other countries are now asking to be a part of it.
That is
So
true.
I think the funding is going to increase massively. It's going
Oh,
to have to.
I got some news really right now. It came out like a few hours ago. I guess the Golden Dome was put up for a vote today at the House. I didn't know that. Did you know that? I
Mm-mm.
did not know that. And apparently the Democrats were trying to stop it, but it fell. So it actually went through.
Well, because the Democrats want, evil and hate and crime on the streets. They don't want success in humanity. So that doesn't surprise me. I mean, if Trump came out and said, "Hey, I want to give everyone $1 million and it's not going to hurt your taxes," the Democrats would find a way for that. He could cure cancer tomorrow, and they're like, "Oh, he's against cancer patients." It's ignorant. It's just whenever I see that kind of stuff, I have to just laugh now and just say, "Well, sorry you're dumb." Have fun working at freaking 7-Eleven the rest of your life. That's great for you, but the rest of us, we're trying to not only succeed ourselves but lift others up as well. That's what I love about the Rocket Lab community. I gotta say the same thing about the Space Mob too. These guys are really tight. These are guys that recently had some health issues, and those guys came together. They donated money and helped his family out. The Rocket Lab community is just like that. I would love to say what's happened to me recently with one of our great friends in the Rocket Lab community. What he's done for me in the last week or so is nothing short of a miracle. Beautiful person. Didn't ask him. He just said, "Hey, this is what I'm going to do for you." Our community is amazing, and it goes above just investing. We're developing friendships. We're developing true relationships. Money's great, but you're not taking that money to the grave. You're taking memories, and we're making some amazing memories. These live streams I'm doing with you guys, usually it's a highlight of my night most nights, unless I got my kids, of course. But we got to have more fun with it. We all want to make money. I want you all to make a lot of money. We hate the down days. We love the up days. You guys all came together for my birthday. It was like 5 or 6 of you on here for a live stream for my birthday with Maddie. It was a blast.
I know
So it does.
Maddie Scotto came on. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I actually met the guys. Very cool people in real life. Very humble, very down to earth. Like the guys are great. Really
Oh, those
good
guys are
guys.
amazing.
Great community. But yeah, with the Golden Dome, I guess it's being voted on, and as we all know, the money's gonna drop maybe October 1st for new money for contracts for fiscal year 26. So hopefully we start getting some money here and there. Maybe Rocket Lab, Redwire, Kratos, and everybody goes up with it. Even ASTS.
That'll be
We'll
a
see
fun
what
live
happens.
stream, my friend. That'll be a fun
Yeah, let me
live stream. We'll have to jump
let
in
me
and cover some of that stuff, man, for sure. And I've been very anxious. I know you have. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make as much money right now as I can before October 1st. That's why I'm working these crazy hours because I need more Rocket Lab shares. If
And
you
Kratos,
know,
right?
I didn't tell you that I started buying Kratos this week again.
Oh no! I know
I
Johnny was
sure
asking.
did. Well, that's right. We haven't talked. We haven't talked.
I'm pissed because I wanted when he went down to like 62. I was thinking about buying 50. I just want to add like 50 here and there, just a little bit
Oh
here.
man, you know me. I don't have money often, but when I do, I can't afford to look at the price. I just still like the stock, and I'm not worried about today or tomorrow. But no, man. Yeah, I did. Not a lot, but
Hey, whatever.
I'm happy now. 'Cause when I wake up in the morning, I have a reason to look at my account and get excited again. Been a rough few months, but it's looking up. Definitely looking up right now. Like I said, I'm about to jump in this freaking pool, man. I got
No,
a
go ahead.
big
No, no.
sub waiting on me.
I just wanted to close with it, with it, because people were asking in the comments, and like, yeah, there's actually, I think Heart Link asked about it, and yeah, no, there's nothing that we know about the Golden Dome other than, I guess, being in the house and it's being voted on, but we gotta wait for October 1st and see what kind of money we get. I think it's gonna be good. Hopefully, we get a crazy Santa rally after that, after October 1st, and he takes us all space. I'm rooting for all space, like you, Chris. We want all space companies to go up to new highs, so let's root for that, and hopefully, we all get there and we all become happy and we all make a lot of money. All right, Chris, go ahead and jump in the
100%.
pool, man. That's Chris and me, Francisco. We're trying to cover for the Hustle Brothers while they eat ice cream in Italy. So you
Yeah,
guys have
guys, thanks for
fun.
joining in. We had a lot of fun. I love this stuff. Trying to get. I'll be driving tomorrow. I'm not sure about tomorrow night what time I'm getting in, but if possible, we'll try and jump on again. If not, definitely Friday.
All right, Chris. I'll let you go, man. Enjoy the pool and have fun.
Hey,
On your
thanks for
road trip.
hosting tonight, bro. Big time. Thanks for hosting. This is awesome. All you guys in the chats, as always, we love you. Thanks for joining in. Hopefully tomorrow. If not, we'll see you guys on Friday. And hit me up in the comments on X if you have any other questions. I'll be up for another hour or two. But if not me, always follow Francisco Space. That's the
Yeah,
man with the plan.
and on
Make
X,
sure that
that's
you
why I always can always ask questions to us on X. We're pretty
always never hesitate. But as always,
good.
thanks, guys.
Also, if you got some news that you want us to cover, like you can text me, DM me on X, and I'll get back to you on that.
And we
All right,
always give
all right.
credit where credit's due. So, like, if we do cover something and it's your subject, it's something you bring up, unless you don't want us to call you out, but we always give credit where it's due. We don't take the credit, but again, thanks everyone. Can't wait to do it again, Francisco. Thanks a lot, buddy.
All right, bro. You have a good night. Like, I know that Johnny wanted us to go live too. He wanted to, but he said that he's working. Max up. He's working, so he couldn't do it. Oh, bro, I'm wearing my. Look at what I'm wearing. I forgot to show the people. I might have one of these for you, Chris. Don't worry.
I think I need to send you my address, man, or something. That's what's got to happen. I'm in Florida. I'm not that far. Why don't you make it? I'm just kidding. Pensacola and where you're at is a long way away.
Bro, you're kind of far, but yeah. Nah, I forgot to show the people that I'm wearing my
That's sweet, dude.
LC3 Neutron, like, and here's Max, obviously. He's like,
I'm a little jealous. I'm not gonna lie.
He's like, bro, I need to go pee. Get that guy in that pool so we can get out of here. Chris, have a good night, bro.
All right, guys. You have a good one. Thanks a lot, and I will see you guys in a few days. Good night.
Bro.